Absolute chaos in the courtroom today as Diddy's son breaks down in tears while shocking new evidence emerges directly linking him to the controversial case that has already turned Diddy's life upside down. No one saw this coming. The moment the attorney presented this newly uncovered evidence, the entire courtroom was left in complete shock. Witnesses say Diddy's son couldn't hold back his emotions, visibly shaken head in his hands as the weight of the situation crashed down on him. What exactly was uncovered, and how does it change everything we thought we knew about this case?
The hits just keep on coming against P. Diddy, with a string of new civil lawsuits filed against the embattled music icon just this week. But Diddy isn't the only one who's facing some major allegations. Two of his sons, Justin and Christian Combs, are both name-dropped in several civil suits that list Diddy as a defendant. And the accusations against them are pretty serious, ranging from drugging victims and sexually assaulting them to apparent involvement in a shooting. We're breaking down all the allegations against both sons and speaking with former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani about whether they could face criminal charges. I'm Sierra Gillespie, and this is Law and Crime News. The allegations against 54-year-old Sean Diddy Combs have dominated headlines for more than a month, and he's spent most of that time at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, held on some pretty severe federal charges. Just last month, he was indicted by a grand jury on charges of
According to insider sources, the new evidence includes text messages, emails, and financial records that directly implicate Christian in the allegations against his father. The evidence, which was presented in court earlier today, reportedly reveals that Christian had knowledge of and possibly participated in some of the activities at the center of the case. As the evidence was presented, Christian was seen visibly shaken, and moments later, he broke down in tears, unable to contain his emotion. The judge was forced to call a recess to allow him to compose himself.
Here's where some of the allegations against his son Justin Combs come in. So all this takes us back to February, when Rodney Jones, also known as the producer Lil Rod, filed civil suit against Diddy. In his lengthy lawsuit, Lil Rod straight name drops Justin Combs, describing him as someone who solicits prostitutes, underage girls, and workers. There's actually a picture of Justin Combs with an allegedly underage girl shown in the lawsuit. Now, in this specific instance, Lil Rod alleges at least one underage girl came to Diddy's home for a listening party. The sex worker was also apparently solicited, and a freak-off ensued. As an aside, this is the same night that Lil Rod alleges Diddy forced him to take a laced shot. He started to feel lightheaded and then woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, next to a sex worker. It's important to note Justin Combs is listed as a defendant on this case because, according to Lil Rod, he facilitated Diddy's alleged RICO enterprise.
For months, Diddy has been at the center of a legal firestorm, facing intense scrutiny over a series of allegations that have sent shockwaves through the industry. His legal team has been fighting an uphill battle, desperately trying to keep things under control. But just when it seemed like they had a grasp on things, this new evidence hits the courtroom like a bombshell, and this time it's not just about Diddy. According to inside sources, the newly revealed evidence is so explosive.
Lil Rod's civil suit points to more accusations against Justin Combs, too, for his involvement in an alleged shooting cover-up. According to court documents, it happened on September 12, 2022, outside Diddy's Chalice Studios. Lil Rod says Diddy, his son Justin, and Justin's friend who went by G were all there when things got heated. Lil Rod says he heard multiple gunshots ring out and later found G on the bathroom floor in the fetal position. Lil Rod says he was bleeding out of his hip and leg area. Lil Rod says he was applying pressure to G's wounds and then asked the crowd to call an ambulance. At that point, both Diddy and Justin Combs disappeared to another part of the studio. Diddy then gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. So that specific allegation involves Diddy's son Justin.
So undeniable that it's left even the most seasoned legal analyst speechless, and at the center of it all, Diddy's own son. Speculation is running wild about what this evidence actually contains, but leaks suggest that it could include direct communications, financial transactions, or even recorded statements that show a deeper connection to the case than anyone previously thought. The moment it was revealed, Diddy's son lost all composure, his reaction making it clear that this was something he never expected to come to light.
Allegation and entirely separate civil lawsuit involves his other son, Christian, or King Combs. Grace Omar K. alleges that Christian Combs actually assaulted her on a yacht in December 2022, and she says it was facilitated by Diddy. Diddy had rented the yacht around Christmas time, and Omar K says it was a revolving door of high-profile celebrities and workers who were often passed out on the ship's deck. The lawsuit says there were liquor bottles all over, and it was difficult to distinguish which ones were laced with drugs. Omar K alleges that on December 28, 2022, while working as a yacht deckhand, she was sexually assaulted by a heavily intoxicated Christian Combs, who physically assaulted her and allegedly forced her to perform oral sex on him. Since these suits were filed, both Justin and Christian Combs were seen in federal court at their father's appearance just last week. But could they too face charges?
Social media has exploded with reactions to the news, with hashtags like #Christian Combs and #Diddy case trending worldwide. Fans of the Combs family are expressing shock and concern, while critics are calling the evidence a smoking gun that could finally bring justice to the accusers. The revelations have reignited debates about the Combs family's involvement in the case, with many questioning how this new evidence will impact the outcome. Legal experts are now questioning what this means for the case moving forward.
We're seeing a new glimpse into the raids of hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs' Los Angeles home. The mother of Diddy's son recently released this footage to her Instagram page as she slammed federal agents, accusing them of using militarized force against her son. Misa Hilton, the mother of Diddy's son Justin Combs, posted the sped-up surveillance video of last Monday's raids as agents with Homeland Security descended upon Diddy's reported $40 million LA home. In the first few seconds of the clip, you can see armored tanks arrive outside the home. Then agents with their guns drawn open one of the cars parked in the driveway. The video then highlights one particular agent who notices the home's security camera. He points the camera toward the ground. Once inside the home, federal agents can be seen using a drone. Then the video shows Diddy's son Christian with his hands in the air, pressed against a wall, then handcuffed. Diddy's son Justin then appears with his hands on his head. The agents then appear to take him down a hallway. The release clip ends with what appears to be another man who is dragged out of the home and on the driveway by agents.
Could this evidence be enough to drag Diddy's son into legal trouble? Will prosecutors use this as a new angle to further tighten the case against Diddy? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of Diddy's empire? Let's take a closer look at how this story unfolded. Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, was arrested and charged earlier this year following a series of allegations that have rocked the music industry. The charges range from workplace harassment to more serious claims of abuse, and the case has been one of the most closely watched legal battles in recent memory.
Stevie J, Justin, and Christian Combs were not arrested or charged following the raids, and Diddy was not near his LA mansion at the time of the raid. Instead, he was reportedly attempting to board his private plane to fly to the Bahamas for spring break with his twin daughters. Authorities did make one arrest when Diddy's alleged drug supplier, 25-year-old Brendan Paul, was attempting to board onto Diddy's plane, but police arrested the former Syracuse basketball player at a Miami airport. Paul was referred to as an alleged drug mule for Diddy and Rodney Jones' $30 million civil suit, where Jones accused the music mogul of sexual misconduct, grooming, as well as sex and drug trafficking. Paul was arrested and charged with possession of suspected cocaine and marijuana candy, and later released after posting a $2,500 bail. A lawyer for Paul later released a statement saying, quote, "We do not plan on trying this case in the media. All issues will be dealt with in court." In light of last week's federal raids, which are reportedly related to the federal sex trafficking probe,
Diddy has consistently denied the allegations, calling them false and defamatory, but the new evidence linking his son Christian to the case has cast serious doubt on his claims. Sources inside the courtroom report that Diddy's legal team was completely blindsided by this revelation. One witness even described the defense attorneys as looking completely lost, frantically flipping through documents, scrambling to figure out their next move. They had prepared for a battle, but not for this.
Woman accuses Christian King Combs of sexually assaulting her on a yacht. We are going to break down this latest legal action as Sean Combs remains embroiled in an apparent sex trafficking investigation. Former Diddy producer named Rodney Jones would likely be filing another suit against Combs' son Christian, and that has just happened. Yes, in fact, the yacht incident, which we're going to get into, was mentioned in Jones's lawsuit against Diddy, with Jones claiming in the complaint that he had personal knowledge that Christian drugged and sexually assaulted a woman. And a footnote was included that a complaint would be forthcoming. Now, at the time, I was wondering if Jones would be the one suing Christian. After all, he already sued Christian's brother and Diddy's other son, Justin. But I was struggling to figure out what would be his cause of action against Christian. Well, it turns out that Jones is not suing Christian. It is actually the woman who was allegedly assaulted by Christian, and she is being raped by Jones's.
The evidence, which was reportedly obtained through a combination of legal discovery and private investigations, includes text messages and emails that appear to show Christian discussing activities related to the allegations. Financial records also reveal suspicious transactions that could be linked to the case. Legal experts are calling the evidence a game changer, suggesting that it could lead to a conviction if admitted in court. The judge overseeing the case has yet to rule on the admissibility of the evidence, but the damage to the Combs family's public image may already be irreversible.
First, this development comes almost 2 weeks after Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles were raided by Homeland Security investigators. It's part of a sweeping sex trafficking investigation by the Southern District of New York, or at least that's what it's being reported. That's what sources from law enforcement are indicating. Now, Diddy's 2 sons, Justin and Christian, they were seen in handcuffs outside of that LA home during the raid. They weren't under arrest. They were merely detained while officers were assessing the situation and going into the home. But Diddy, Justin, and Christian, they have all been named in these very big lawsuits. But remember, that is civil. That is the civil arena. None of them have been arrested or charged with any crime related to this apparent criminal investigation. But our analysts here on Sidebar expect that at least one arrest will be coming soon. But now we fast forward to Thursday, when attorney Tyrone Blackburn, the man already representing Rodney Jones,
Social media is already exploding with reactions. Some fans are standing by Diddy and his family, calling this a desperate attempt to tear them down, while others believe this new evidence could be the final nail in the coffin for Diddy's defense. Friends and associates of the Combs family have been quick to defend Christian, calling the evidence fabricated and taken out of context. They insist that Christian is a victim of a smear campaign designed to tarnish his reputation and legacy.
So Markey in Los Angeles Superior Court accusing 26-year-old Christian Combs of her and assaulting her in December of 2022 when she was working in a charter boat in St. Martin. So according to the lawsuit, Markey says that she had been working as a steward, providing food and drinks on that yacht for a 12-hour period, and she was 25 years old at the time. She believed that the trip would be a, quote, wholesome family excursion, but says it, quote, turned into a hedonistic environment, even describing rampant use amongst workers and celebrities who came on board. She believes that the alcohol on the yacht had been laced with drugs because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over. This is, by the way, something that it was also alleged in Jones's lawsuit, that Combs would spike the drinks of different people. But focusing on Christian Combs.
However, others close to the case suggest that the evidence is credible and could have a significant impact on the outcome. The emotional toll on Christian was evident as he broke down in court, leaving many wondering how he will cope with the ongoing legal battle. And let's not forget that he's already facing mounting pressure from past allegations, with multiple investigations still ongoing now. With his son's emotional breakdown in court, questions are swirling about just how deep this case actually goes. This isn't just a story about Diddy and Christian. It's about the broader issues of power and accountability in the entertainment industry.
Markey says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but that he would come onto the yacht in the evening to party. And on December 28, 2022, Christian reportedly arrived very intoxicated and then proceeded to pressure Markey to take shots of tequila. She did. Christian allegedly tried to get her to drink more in the yacht's makeshift studio. Markey alleges that Christian kissed her neck, kissed her face, as he groped her legs, breast, and private areas. Markey reportedly told Christian, quote, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that." Markey then says that she told Christian she couldn't stay with him unless it was approved by a supervisor, all of whom she knew would be asleep at the time, so this was a way for her to get out of the situation. She claims that Christian said, "Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now."
So Mary may be cooperating with the government as a witness in the federal criminal case, right? I see what you mean. It could be that there's really no way to know whether or not she's cooperating as CU, because like with Cassie, you saw the details that Cassie alleged in her lawsuit being played out in the actual formal indictment. and the letters that were written by the state to try and encourage the court to hold on to Sean Combs and not release him, whereas I don't see a lot of specific detail overlap with what Amari is alleging, other than the fact that what she alleges confirms and supports what Cassie has been saying. It's interesting. I think what she says, Amari, more confirms than report what's in the Little Rod lawsuit, which is things that were happening on yacht. Will Diddy's son cooperate with authorities? Will the new evidence completely turn the case on its head? Or is Diddy about to make a major move that changes everything? Stay tuned, because this legal battle is only getting started. More shocking twists are sure to come, and we'll be here to break down every single development. Bye. Take care, guys.